My name's Alex Lewis and I'm 34 and an interior designer from just outside of Winchester. Over a year and a half ago, I contracted invasive strep A, which subsequently took both of my legs and both of my arms. My experience with the NHS is fantastic. I could not have had better care throughout the 9 months that I was in hospital. My surgeons were fantastic. However, my concern is that in my lifetime with prosthesis, we're looking at a bill possibly of over £2.5 million. I'd like to know how it's going to be afforded.
So the acute care was magnificent.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now
Brilliant.
you're facing some real challenges.
Definitely.
In late 2013, in the middle of November, I contracted a common cold. We assumed it was man flu, nothing more. And it got steadily worse over a period of 2 weeks. And at the end of the fortnight, I woke in the middle of the night to find blood in my urine. And then we knew that this was far more serious. The following morning, my partner Lucy, she'd gone to work, and I woke up and I could see brown blotches appearing all over my skin. When the ambulance arrived, they realised then that I needed to get to Winchester very quickly. And by the time I got to Winchester, within about half an hour I fell into a coma and then straight onto life support. And that carried on for 6-7 days. They said to Lucy and my mother that they felt that they'd done as much as they possibly could and that I was going to pass away.
Everyone kept saying to me, he's very poorly. And I really was losing my temper because I didn't understand what the word poorly meant. It was like everyone was saying, oh, he's very poorly, but no one could explain what was going on to us.
Luckily that night, one of the surgeons tried a new technique and it seemed to kickstart me back to life. And a few days later I woke up from my coma. We moved to Salisbury after about 10 days in Winchester, and that's when we were told that I'd certainly lose my left arm and I was going to lose parts of my leg. We weren't too sure which parts. Unfortunately, as it all panned out, I was to lose my left arm above the elbow and both of my legs above the knee. My surgeon at the time felt that she could save my right arm, but unfortunately a few months later I still had the strep in my arm, and I think in July I had my right arm amputated as well. When the amputations actually started to happen, I was very cool with it. You know, I understood that if I wasn't going to go with the amputations then I'd die. The first operation for my facial surgery, which I was under for about 21 hours, and that was by far the hardest operation that we went through. I think I could cope with limbs missing. I think that's quite easy, but facial reconstruction is a different psychological ballgame. Before I fell ill, I was chronically laid back, really placid, didn't really matter what went on, massive drinker, huge drinker, to the point that it was starting to take over my life. And since falling ill, I've become more driven, and it takes something like this to sometimes give you the kickstart that you need to make you realise what's important. A lot of the assumption is that I was blown up in Afghanistan, and when I tell them it was a common cold that, you know, turned bad, they can't believe that it's happened. You know, and most have never heard of it. You know, strep A is incredibly rare because there's not many survivors.
The prosthetics that I've been given from the NHS are the rockers over here with the wooden foot. They came first. I don't think that actual design has changed since about 1960. At the same time as the rockers are being made, that left arm came about. I asked for stubbies, which are these elephant-looking feet here. Someone needs to help me to put those on because they've got a belt system of Velcro that needs to be pulled very tight around my waist. Now I can't do that with the arms that I've got. So although the stubbies are great and they've all individually contributed to where I am now, it's all about giving me the chance to put these things on my own and not require any assistance. We're left with a museum of pieces that we won't use. Without a knee joint, it doesn't give me the greater range of independence in terms of getting out of the house, being able to walk around a shopping centre or around a supermarket. I'm at the point where I need to move on to the next stage, and it's the next stage that we've got no funding for.
It's independence, you know, the microprocessor knee joints that would allow me to get up in the morning, walk out the house, get in the car, kickstart my career, so I can get back to working full time. You know, that's more important. I don't want to be on benefit. I don't want to be on some sort of care allowance. You know, I want all that to go, ideally. Because the microprocessor knee joints that I need to walk aren't available at the moment on the NHS. We're now fundraising for those knee joints. We'd love to raise enough money for a set of legs and then purchase the legs, but once I have a set of legs, it's knowing that in 5 years' time I can afford another set of legs. And the chance of that is pretty slim at the moment. I think it can be changed. I'm confident that we can come to a mutual agreement with the NHS about this. You know, it's not as easy as just saying, well, that's 160,000, go and get yourself 2 new legs. That's great. But in 5 years' time, when those legs conk out, then what do I do? And it's more frustrating than anything else that I can't go back to leading the life that I had because of an archaic system that isn't really working that well. It just spurs you on to push to make a change within the system. But it's you know, getting the right people to listen to you and to speak to you. I can't live a life ensconced in politics and prosthetics because that's just going to grind me down. You know, I need to move forward with my life. You know, I shouldn't have to be fundraising for myself to get the right legs that I need to walk because I caught a cold 2 years ago.
Probably more than almost anything is not being able to take her for a walk. Hate it.
We're honest with each other.
Yeah.
You've told me the truth, and I've tried not to lie to you. I've not tried to lie to Sam, and we've been quite honest. I've tried to keep step ahead of you, but we kept a step ahead of him in what his rehabilitation will be, and I've reached a point that I don't know what the future will be because of the funding, but it's all the way along. I think we just talked. I say this all the time. I didn't fall in love with him because he had perfect legs. You know, I fell in love with him because it was Alex, and he still made me laugh. He still made me laugh every day. So I hate him half the time. He does my head in, but he made me laugh every day. And I don't look at you as he's got prosthetics or. I just see Alex. Still see Alex. Don't feel sorry for you.
No, I didn't want any pity. Absolutely not.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, I know you
I
haven't.
don't feel sorry for you.
No, I know.
No, I don't. I've never felt sorry for you.
I know. You tell me every day.
I know.
Every day.
I know.
I
Just
love
keep
you,
you
but I
grounded.
don't feel sorry for you.
I don't feel sorry for you. Keep grounded.
We live in a time of inequality when it comes to resources. And technological advances or not, most experts agree that we will need to change the way we live in order to protect our climate and our future.
Why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate me?
Please come back. Please just try it. And I'm not sure what's wrong with you.
If we were back in Pakistan or Bangladesh, you wouldn't have changed.
That you're going to burn forever in hell.
There are a billion Muslims out there, so are you saying they're all wrong and you're